Hey Gear Seekers, I'm Nick. One of the most asked questions we get on the channel is, what happens to all of the PCs once you're done with them? Do you sell the PCs? Do you sell your hardware? Do you get to keep everything? Well, in this video, we're gonna find out. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna use this video as a reference, so when anyone asks me this question or any of us this question from now on, we can just reference this video. So without further ado, let's get into it and talk about all that stuff. Alrighty, the first question is, what happens to all the PCs once you're done with them and all the videos are finished? Okay, right here, that was me smashing stuff. We have the thing that we like to call the graveyard. So these are like a couple builds that either have parts pulled out. So let's say, for instance, this Fantex one that we did for the case review, I've already pulled the GPU out and a few other components because we had to use them for other builds. This is the white build that we built the other day that, you know, everyone likes white stuff. So we still haven't pulled it apart because it's still quite recent. And then here's the Antec Dark Cube that we built weeks ago. Because we haven't needed to use this hardware for anything, we haven't had time to pull it apart yet, and it's just kind of sits in the graveyard. So basically what happens is all of these systems end up in the graveyard, and like if we don't need something, it stays here for a bit longer than we want it to. We don't get to keep every single bit of hardware. Most of it we do, and people are like, oh, YouTubers get to keep all this hardware and they're getting all these GPUs that no one has. But to be honest, guys, these are marketing samples that are allocated for the purposes of YouTube content creators and other type of influencer stuff. So it's something that a lot of channels don't really talk about and they steer away from, but that's the truth. Like, there were never cards that were ever going to be sold or sent to market. And we've been getting a lot of questions about this more recently, so I figured, you know what, we might as well just hit the nail on the head, or whatever the saying is, for all of these questions in this video and show you also what happened. So yeah, we've got 3 to pull apart today. Probably won't film all of them, maybe just one. This one has no GPU. This had the 3090 ROG card, the one that I put the water block on. So that's a card that had to be moved around from build to build for months. So we've had that card since it came out. But before we got to like actually physically keep the card, and this is a big thing, we have to send it to other YouTubers and stuff for review as well. So sometimes, like a lot of the time, we don't get to keep cards. They just come here, we do our review video, we do whatever we need to do a build or two or whatnot, and then they go on to the next person. But some of them we do get to keep, and that's kind of the way it is with all YouTubers in Australia, for instance. I don't know how it works in other countries. Every country has like their own managers and whoever like runs that like company in each country. Does that make sense? Yeah. Yeah, so they've got like local marketing managers, blah, blah, blah. Like every company has one here. So back when magazines and like non-digital formats of media were the main source of people reading stuff about this new tech, the same thing would happen. So GPUs would go from magazine to magazine and blah, blah, blah. It's exactly the same with YouTube. So you're only seeing a really small portion of what actually happens in the videos that the products are presented to you in, right? You're not seeing the whole story. And I mean, half of the time, there's just no point talking about that because it's just irrelevant to whatever the context of that content is. But that's kind of the context of this video, is to then like explain all of this stuff, because I feel like it's kind of like a dark art, right? People don't really talk about it, and there's nothing dodgy or sketchy going on behind the scenes. It's just how it is. So anyway, basically all the hardware that we get to keep from all of the projects and all the builds and reviews, we keep the hardware. We don't sell anything. I don't feel good about selling stuff. I feel that's a little bit unethical. And all the cases that we get, that you see on the channel, we give them away, like not in giveaway videos or whatever. We give them to friends and family, like to just distribute between each other and themselves and whatnot and all that jazz, because I feel like that's a nice thing to do. Like, we don't need 60 cases at the end of each year, right? If you're not new here, but if you're new here, I'm Nick, this is Gear Seekers. We build PCs and review hardware, and that's basically our job full-time on YouTube. We need to make space. The graveyard's gonna get filled up again very quickly. Let's start off with the Fantex one. What do you reckon, Claire? Yeah. Fantex one. So, I mean, the GPU's already gone from this little baby Fantex. That's really dense, very heavy. The story is basically, yeah, as I mentioned, we pull everything apart. We reuse what we can and what we're allowed to keep. Otherwise, it goes out to other reviewers and stuff. I don't know, this is like a vlog thing. I'm just ranting and rambling now. But look, let's turn to this wall, right? All of these, I say motherboards are one of the things that the manufacturers they produce more motherboards than anything else, right? So they're probably more willing to let us keep stuff. So almost every board that you're seeing here is a review sample. Like all of them. A couple of them we've bought. I can't see any, but yeah, a couple of these boards that we've bought over the years and whatnot. I like some of the older ones. There's a few like little boards here that we've snuck in for the key night out there, like the DeFi LAN party. This is like an OG banger overclocker board from back in the day. It's a bit of a mess at the moment, to be honest, because we've been like cycling through so much stuff at the moment. It's just hard to keep a track of all of it. But to be honest, we have like an inventory system as well that like we know everything that we've got. For instance, this is a 6800 XT. I'm not flexing. I just want to show you guys what happens. So we reviewed this ages and ages and ages ago. We've used it in a few builds, but again, like we don't enjoy hardware the same as everyone else, right? Because when something new comes in to us, it's like, that's work. Oh, you should give it away and do this and this and that with. The problem is, in a couple years, when new GPUs come out, we need to then like test them when this becomes old, if that makes sense. So let's say the 7800 XT comes out in 2 years or whatever. We need the 6800 XT to compare it to. So like the 3060 that we gave away recently, we've got doubles. The 6700 XT, we've got doubles. So we just give away the extra one. So we only need to keep one. So 5700 XT, this is the only one that I've got, the ASRock one. That's why I'm holding on to it, because I need it for this stuff later. There's also something else I wanted to address, right? So a lot of the time people get the wrong idea and they're like, oh, because you got sent something for free, right, for free, that we have to say good stuff about it. But that's not the case at all. Take this for instance, right? I'll put the review in the top right hand corner right now. I didn't have particularly great things to say about the 6700 XT value wise, obviously because of silicon shortages and all that other jazz. Yeah, not the best value card to buy. But that's the other thing, like we're not forced to say anything. We can do whatever we want. That's the point of us. The point is we have to be honest about everything that we are saying on the internet, because if we're not, it basically just comes back to bite you in the ass at a later date. So it's better just to be honest if you're doing this from the get-go, if you're getting into this kind of stuff. Just because a company sends you a product or a motherboard or just like anything, you're not obliged to say good things. There's no amount of money that could change that. And that's the other thing. We don't get paid dollar value for any of this stuff. So you can see a lot of comments, oh, I'd love to do a sponsored PC. No, all of this stuff is left over from reviews. It's not sponsored at all. Sponsorship, usually it's the exchange of money for a thing as well, right? So you see like Raid Shadow Legends and blah, blah, blah. That's all in exchange for money, right? We're not, that's just not how this works. Our main sources of income is usually AdSense, Amazon, and that's basically it. I just want to dispel some of the random stuff that we've been getting. I guess we have to do this every few years, right? Just to like refresh what's happening with us behind the scenes. But yeah, I wish it was more interesting than it is behind the scenes with all this stuff. But the reality is, guys, all of these products equal work and videos to show you guys, and that's the reality. You can use that formula for any other YouTube channel as well. Most of the time, if they're being genuine and like they're not like secretly getting paid to do whatever and whatnot, that's how it works as well. So all the bigger channels like Gamers Nexus and everything operate the same way that we do, you know? They get review samples, they do their reviews and whatnot, they either keep them or they don't keep them or they send them on. That's just how it works. We don't get to keep everything. It's not that exciting and not that glamorous. It does look glamorous from the video standpoint with all the B-roll, but it's really not that glamorous. What will help you if you're interested in doing this kind of career, and this is out to all those new tech content creators out there, is you got to know your shit. You can't use this as your learning platform. You can't say, I want to learn more about tech, so I'm gonna start up a tech channel. You kind of already gotta be there to kind of compete. It's not really competition, but you gotta kind of be at that knowledge level for people to kind of listen what you have to say. So I've been doing tech stuff for many, many years before YouTube anyway. So this is just the natural progression in the way that the world works these days. I didn't want to work for anyone anymore. So I said, fuck it, I'm not working for anyone anymore. I'm gonna work for myself. And here we are, 3 years later. So almost 4 years now, eh? For anyone that wants to get into this, it's got to take over your life. Well, it will take over your life. It looks really glamorous and it is a lot of fun, but it takes a lot of hard work to get there. A little bit of luck, a little tiny bit of luck, but more about really just knowing your shit. And that's the reality. And that's why like some channels that like don't commit to the ride, they'll like upload, like let's say they'll upload twice a week, then they'll upload once a week, and then they'll go back to once a month. They're not committing to it the same way that we did. We kind of just went, all eggs, one basket, and this is gonna work. The last thing I wanted to mention as well is the fact that like we don't build PCs for people. We're not a service, like that's not what we do. We build PCs for videos and purely for that purpose only, right? I try not to get that too twisted, but like the reason why we build them is for content so you guys can enjoy the process of us putting stuff together. A lot of the time, people will comment like 2 years later on a build and be like, what color did you use for the RGB and whatnot? I don't remember. We've done about 200 build videos on the channel, so it's been a lot, and yeah, we don't keep a track of that stuff. Like, then there's no reason for us to do that, because the thing is, like, the video for us is a product. Once we create the product, we ship the product, and that us shipping the product is us putting it on YouTube for you guys to enjoy. So yeah, that's the last thing. Like, we don't build computers for money, for like selling them. We don't flip them. People ask us, oh, can you build us a PC and whatnot? Sorry, but no, because then we would have to have liability. We'd have to like offer some kind of warranty or whatnot. Like all of this stuff. We're not a shop. We never wanted to be. We're never going to be. We're never going to do that stuff. We're not building PCs for people. All right, I've rambled enough. Let's pull this little Fantex thing apart, even though it's half apart already. We're going to pull the rest of the stuff apart. Maybe we probably won't do that on video, right? The video is going to get too long in the teeth. But yeah, we just wanted to share a part of just how this all works from our perspective, because we get lots and lots of questions about it, and people have their own conceptions and, you know, ideas of how this works, and a lot of the stuff that they read on Reddit and stuff, it's just fake news essentially. So we need to talk about this stuff every now and again. Probably every year we need to do an update on this, right? Just so it's fresh in your minds that we're not shills. We do whatever the fuck we want. That's the reality. Enough being crass. Pull it apart. Let's do it. All right, ladies and gents, I hope you enjoyed this video. It was a bit more vloggy than usual. I just felt like there was a couple of things that I wanted to talk about and just answer from some comments that we've been getting lately. If you're new here, you may not know this, but I'm pretty real with this kind of stuff. I just talk about it. I don't think there should be any real secrets regarding how all of this works. It's just not that glamorous. It's just not as exciting as it looks to be all of the time. I guess some of the videos make it look like it's more than it is, but that's kind of the point of entertainment on the internet, right? Make it look like more than it actually is. You guys don't see all of the other like facets, like the editing and organizing, and sometimes not sometimes, but every review is like scripted and all this other work that goes into making videos. So this is kind of a video to address a couple of things for some people who want to get into this as well, I guess, right? Anyways, guys, I don't know what to say. If you like the music, I guess I used music at some point in this video. I make all the music. It's me. It's this guy right here. It's available over on Patreon. If you want to get early access to videos like this one, it's over on Floatplane. Did I miss anything, Claire?
No.
anything I talked about, there's usually links in the description if it's like a video or like a PC or just anything. I'll put those all down there. Once again, thank you so very much for watching. I'm your boy Nick with Gear Seekers. You peek, we seek, and yeah, keep it real, I guess. People are like, oh, that's so cringe. You know what's cringe, Claire?
What?
The use of the word cringe. Every time I see it, I'm like, I can't believe you had to use the word cringe. Like, that sucks for you. Anyways, guys, appreciate you very much. Love you all. You're all amazing humans. Thanks for sticking around for all these years, and thanks for watching.